main championship contenders. Once again, it's been proven the McLaren is the fastest car in Formula One.
Use Raikkonen to help you through this traffic. Raikkonen's blue flags will be really wild, so use him to get them out the way.
Because Sato has been lapped, but Raikkonen is about to lap the two Red Bulls, and Sato's only 5 seconds adrift. He may just spoil that Red Bull party this afternoon with 5 laps remaining, and the team are quite rightly saying to him, hey, they're about to have their own problems, lose a lot of time, try to make the absolute most of that. Should have been in Sato's head anyway, but they're right to point it out to him.
5 to go here as we look at Jacques Villeneuve in 11th place, heading Ralf Schumacher in the Toyota, who is in 12th. Villeneuve, with a tribute from team boss Peter Sauber this weekend, who said that Jacques was pretty slow at the start of the year and he was criticising him for that, but now he is not. He's fast. He's doing a good job for us. And Villeneuve certainly pretty confident he'll be staying next year when BMW take full ownership of the Sauber team. Felipe Massa, his teammate, we know is going off to Ferrari. Villeneuve believes continuity will be important for the team, and that's what he's pinning his hopes on. Certainly his performances have been a lot stronger recently, notwithstanding his mistake yesterday in qualifying. Ralf Schumacher, a little bit quieter for him this weekend after that wonderful podium in Hungary last time out. Teammate Trulli is doing a good job for the Toyota in 6th place at the moment, but not such a shining weekend for Ralf. He too made a mistake in qualifying yesterday.
What happened to Ralf in this race? Did he have a problem in the first corner or something? Because I don't understand why he's so far back down the field. I don't recall him being off the road. He started at the back, but you'd think he'd be coming through faster than that, wouldn't you? And this is Sato then, looking at the back of what I thought might be No, that's Kimi Raikkonen. That's the race leader. Sato unlapping himself against Raikkonen, who ran slightly wide. Raikkonen with a 23-second lead, so it doesn't matter too much, but wow, that frightened Raikkonen a bit, didn't it?
A nervous moment then for the race leader, looking for his only the 7th win in 80 Grand Prix starts for Kimi Raikkonen, a career that's been shone so brightly and had so many apparent high points, but then so many of them blighted with reliability issues. They seem to have got on top of that now, the McLaren Mercedes team, and they're looking very strong for the final part of this championship. Renault took the lead earlier on. They've been Constructors' Championship leaders since the start of the season, but now it's McLaren who are hunting them down. And look at the Button is taking time out of Fisichella. That's fantastic. Michael Schumacher is talking now with Louise Goodman.
Michael, you did all you could to get yourself up the grid for Monza, decided to come in and retire. It's been a difficult weekend altogether for the team, hasn't it?
Yeah, all weekend long, honestly, we have not been competitive. In the race, it was sort of expected that we probably wouldn't even make it to the points, and then we had been kicked out. Just rejoined the race to make some positions up for the qualifying in Monza, which worked out, so it's okay.
Just talk us through the incident with Mark Webber. That was a case of two feisty drivers into one corner. Just wasn't going to go, was it?
Honestly, down the straight, I saw him coming close. He sort of went to the right. Then I started to brake, couldn't see him anymore. Didn't know really where he was. I mean, he wasn't really beside me. Going in the corner, and at some point at mid-corner, I got a bang from the rear. I haven't seen the videos about it, but I would suspect that he wasn't really next to me to take the corner. In his position, I don't think how much sense it made to go for an attack like this, because one lap down, you're never going to make up this ground. Normally you just drive for positions, but maybe better watch the videos and then we have a look.
Thanks, Michael.
Well, while Michael Schumacher was talking, as you could see on your screens, Montoya got nerfed up the back by a Jordan under braking. That happened to him when he was on his way to victory in a Williams in his first season in Formula One. Do you remember? Jos Verstappen did exactly the same thing to him down into Lake Descent Corner in Brazil and punted him off the racetrack. Same thing happens here, but luckily for Montoya, he's able to rejoin. The bad news for him is that now Fernando Alonso is right behind him on the racetrack. Now, if Montoya can just compose himself and keep the hammer down, he should be able to hold on for second place. But that was pretty close.
Yeah, it was, and it's just a second and a half adrift. Montoya took the line, took a normal racing line, and Montoya should have realised he was going to do that, but it just surprised him. And as you say, I don't know. So what can you do when you've lapped another car? You have to take the racing line. You can't wonder if he's going to brake properly behind you. But just very little mileage to do. 6 miles to go then, that's all. And can Alonso, wouldn't he be happy if he could just take those 2 extra World Championship points?
Alonso then down the hill into 5, 80 miles an hour as we ride on board with the Renault driver. This is turn 6, building up to 150 miles an hour down the short back straight into the uphill turn 7, 70 miles an hour. We're coming up towards the legendary already turn 8, the quadruple apex corner. Here we go, pitch it in 140, apex 1, 2, 150 miles an hour. Montoya's off the track. Juan Montoya has made a mistake. He's gone off the racetrack, and into second place goes Fernando Alonso to take 2 crucial World Championship points back out of Kimi Raikkonen. And I imagine the McLaren team will be head in their hands at that.
Well, we saw him with that skinny right front tire. Just got a little bit high onto the marble, did the sensible thing and just planted it around the outside. But that allowed Alonso through. Look, Alonso's hanging onto the Renault. And so often you can get sucked off into somebody else's mistake if you're not careful. You just follow them through and have an accident in sympathy. But Alonso then kept it on the road. Montoya just didn't have enough right front grip to keep low. And well, that's critical for the World Championship.
It only sounds like not very much, 2 points, doesn't it? The 26-point gap that Alonso had over Raikkonen going to this Grand Prix, it was all set to be down to 22 points with 50 available from the remaining Grand Prix. Now it's down to just 24 points, and that certainly swings a little bit back in Alonso's favour. But you'd have to say that the message going out from Istanbul once again is McLaren has the fastest car, but yet again they've been denied the 1-2 finish that this car deserves. It happened on the penultimate lap that Montoya threw away that 1-2 finish for them. They just cannot get it, can they, this season? But Alonso, credit to him, he pushed hard throughout the Grand Prix. He was there when it counted to pick up the second place. Raikkonen is on his slowdown lap, the final couple of corners for him. His 7th win in 80 Grand Prix starts, his 5th win of the 2005 World Championship. He becomes the first ever winner of the Turkish Grand Prix. A splendid drive by him.
Yeah, but he's not going to be happy when he sees this, when he hears about this. Alonso takes second place, absolutely crucial there. And it'll be interesting to hear why Montoya ran wide. But the McLaren team, that is a bittersweet victory. They had the ability to inflict the maximum damage they're able to on Alonso's World Championship, and it fell apart a lap and a bit from home.
Fisichella holds on to 4th place from Jenson Button. Button not able to get on terms. So that strategy of Pat Symonds to pit the cars early certainly worked for them. Kept Fisichella in front of Jenson Button, who drove fantastically today, but just didn't quite have the legs to get past the Renault in the closing stages. And then we expect Jarno Trulli to come through in 6th place ahead of the Red Bulls. Once again, both cars in the points, 7th and 8th places, David Coulthard and Christian Klien. So another fantastic and dominant victory for Kimi Raikkonen. But as always with McLaren team, I've said it before, I'll say it again, they can be absolutely sensational, but there's always a but. And today the but is that Montoya threw it off the road and threw away second place.
To be fair to Montoya, the main part of his problem came from Montero hitting him, didn't he? I don't know whether he cut in front and just, when he cut in front too late and braked too hard, but still, even so, Montero, I know how that happens. I've been in that situation where somebody just takes your visibility away, and instead of looking at your brake marker points, you're looking at the underneath of the rear wing of a Formula 1 car doing 180 miles an hour. And of course,
Went on the last lap then, because Montoya was second.
Yes, Kimi, he was struggling with a flat spotted tyre, and it got away from him, and Alonso was able to take the place.
I had a feeling he wouldn't be, that would be his first question, and he wouldn't be very happy with, well, obviously he wouldn't be very happy with the answer. But so, a flat spotted tyre, where did that come from then? Was that a lock up early on? Or was it part of, what is that? Flavio talking to who over there? And it looks like he's pointing down towards McLaren, doesn't it? But I wonder if it was in that spin with Montero. And Ted has found team boss Ron Dennis.
Well, Ron, it could have been a 1-2, couldn't it? Is there any explanation?
Well, you know, we were struggling with a flat-spotted tyre on Juan Pablo's car, so we were just pacing it. And obviously he was being careful under braking and then got ran into the back of by the Jordan. You know, we survived that and still had it sort of comfortable. But, you know, at that point we had to push. And in pushing with a flat-spotted tyre on the front, you know, he just made a mistake, just pushed that little bit, stepped out, and it cost us a second. But I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it's a good result for us. What we've done is shown that we can win the remaining races, and that's what we've got to do, and not get agitated about situations such as we've experienced today.
But how crucial could those 2 points be for Kimi?
Ask me at the end of the year.
I mean, Juan Pablo had it in the bag second, didn't he? Did he need to push on the last lap like that?
I mean, you know, you know, he said I have it in control, but then he made a mistake. You know, but I mean, this is motor racing. It's very frustrating, and the worst thing that any team can do is, you know, is criticise the performance of any of the team members. You know, we take the pain together, we take the gain together, and we're focused on the next race already. That's the way to be.
Well done, Ron.
Admirable there from Ron, but he's steaming inside. I know him well enough, and he knows that it's not just the 2 points, you know, James. It just takes the pressure off Alonso all the time, doesn't it? Because it's a pressure game. You're either giving it or you're taking it. There's nothing in between, and that just took quite a lot of the fizz out of the pressure on Alonso, and just gives him a tad more breathing space.